You need to learn to collaborate and synergize so that you'll not just be fighting battles that you don't need to fight. It is teamwork, open-mindedness, and the adventure of finding new solutions to old problems. That's what synergy is. Synergy is teamwork. Synergy is what? Open-mindedness. Being open-minded. Don't be rigid to say, no, it must be your way or the highway. No, you don't win in life by like that. It is what? It is finding new solutions to old problems. There may be ways that problems were solved before, but now there's a different way that the problems have been solved. It is a process. And through that process, people bring all their personal experience and expertise to the table. That's synergy. Everybody comes together and they bring all their personal experience and bring all their assets and they bring it to the table. And the table becomes a richer table. A what? A richer table. Imagine that we have 12 people and we tell the 12 people, bring what you have to the table. And it's a table for us to come and eat. And somebody brings water. Somebody else brings salad. Somebody else brings snacks. Somebody else brings swallow. Somebody else brings rice. Somebody else brings bread. Before you know it, by the time you look at the table, it will be full of all kinds of meal that you can take all manner of meals. Why? Because everybody brought what they have to the table and it gave us a richer table. Sharpen the saw. So sharpen the saw is the habit of self-renewal. The habit of self-renewal. We have said it over and over again. The day you stop learning, you start dying. The day you stop learning, you start dying. So it's the habit of self-renewal. Sharpen the saw means preserving and enhancing the greatest assets you have, which is you. You are the greatest asset in your life. If anything is going to happen, you matter. You matter to your life. And if you know better, you will do better. If you grow, everything around you will grow. So it is very, very important for you to therefore do everything you can to make sure that what you grow. So you must have a personal development plan, a personal renewal plan, a personal renewal regimen that you are going to employ in order for you to be able to grow. Now it means having what? A balanced program for self-renewal in what? In major areas of your life. So you have to sit down and look at all the major areas of your life, and then you now do what? You now begin to have a plan in place on how to ensure that all these major areas of your life are renewed. So number one, you need to have a physical renewal plan. So if you are an individual here right now, you need to now have a physical renewal plan or a health plan. And it has to do with what you eat. So eating right, resting, exercising. All these things are part of the things that will help you to be able to make sure that you continue to renew yourself. Someone like me now, I'm continually walking. Look at this tummy. Look at it, it's very big. It's supposed to be like this, to just be like this. So I don't need to, it's supposed to go down. So it's going down, but I'm still working on it. So it has to go like this, and then you come out. Not just one pack. So why? Because it's part of physical planning. So I'm working on myself. You should work on yourself. You need to continue to renew yourself. So we are doing all that we can. Number two is mental. It's mental. You need to make sure that you develop your mental health, your mental acuity, your mental strength. A lot of people today are flawed and defeated because they don't have mental toughness. They don't have what we call mental toughness. They don't have resilience. So this generation, every small thing, my mental health. No, you need to be resilient. You need to have toughness, tough mind, so that you can endure and you can weather the storm, because life will bring all kinds of challenges. Life will bring all kinds of challenges. Life will bring all kinds of issues. But you must make up your mind and tell yourself, I refuse. Again, I say, I refuse. Again, I say, I refuse to bow. I refuse to give up. Why? Because you are developing your mind. You are developing your capacity to handle things like you need to know. I've said it over and over. The head is the headquarter. The head is the head officer. And when you don't have what it takes, you don't have the capacity to handle all the responsibilities that have been brought to you, you're going to break down. And when you break down, everything around you will break down. Number three, social and emotional renewal. Social and emotional renewal. Don't just move without making sure that all the different areas of your life are taken care of. Very, very important. So your social and emotional parts must also be given attention. Then your spiritual life, of course, many of us know about that. Your spiritual life must also be given attention. So you have spiritual renewal. So you fast, you pray, you read the Bible. We have the Bible in 1 year. As you follow the Bible in 1 year, you are learning, you are growing, you are developing. And that will help you as an individual to be all that God wants you to be. So without renewal, You won't be able to go far. So you need to have a plan to renew all these different aspects of your life. Well, sharpen the saw keeps you fresh. It helps you to increase your capacity to produce and handle the challenges around you. It helps you to increase your capacity to produce and handle the challenges around you. So when you sharpen the saw, what it does is that sharpening the saw will help you to do what? To increase your capacity to produce. You will not be able to keep producing because there must be growth in you for there to be growth around you. There must be internal growth for there to be external growth. It helps you to handle the challenges that come because you have built yourself. No matter the challenges that come, you are able to withstand and stand strong against the challenges. Without this renewal, the body becomes weak. The body becomes weak. A lot of people wonder, oh, Pastor, how do you do all the things you do? How are you able to do this? We don't know how you cope. It's because I'm renewing myself every week. There's fasting and prayer. Every month, there's fasting and prayer. Another level. So every month you are doing 3 days dry. Every week you are doing 2 days fasting. So before you know it, and you are reading your Bible every day, you are praying the Spirit one hour every day, you are reading Proverbs every day. There is no way you will not be renewed. Because even though our outward man perisheth, our inward man is renewed day by day, day by day. And that's how you are continually renewed. And then the seventh Spirit of God, the Spirit of might, begin to work in you. So when you don't give place for renewal, the body becomes weak. The mind becomes mechanical. You are not able to receive from the realm of the Spirit. You are not able to be sensitive to the prophetic, sensitive to the word of God, and sensitive to the Spirit of God. The mind becomes mechanical. The emotion becomes raw. So you see a lot of people, they just get angry, no emotional intelligence, no emotional maturity, and I'm going to give you a piece of my mind. I'm giving you a piece of my mind. You have given everybody a piece of your mind. Now you have lost your mind. Why? Because you are not renewing yourself. The more you renew yourself, the more you grow. There are many things that will come against you. You just brush it off. The spirit becomes insensitive. The spirit becomes insensitive. When you are not renewing yourself, you become insensitive in the spirit. You will not be sensitive to what the Spirit is saying. You will not be sensitive to the move of the Spirit. You will not be sensitive to the actions of the Spirit. And then the person becomes selfish. The person becomes selfish. The person becomes selfish. So you can renew yourself through relaxation, or you can totally burn yourself out by overdoing everything. You can renew yourself through relaxation, or you can totally burn yourself out.
This is just a reminder to leave your comments under this video, like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more inspiring videos like this. Thank you.
By overdoing everything. Just remember that every day provides a new opportunity for renewal. A new opportunity for renewal. A new opportunity to recharge yourself instead of eating the world. A new opportunity to do what? To recharge yourself instead of eating the world. So every day you wake up is a brand new day for a recharge. Every day you wake up is a brand new day for renewal. All it takes is for you to have the desire to be renewed, the desire to grow. And apart from having the desire to be renewed and desire to grow, is to have the knowledge on how to do that. You have the desire, but you move from desire and you move to knowledge. And then apart from that, you now have the skill that will help you to be able to get that done. Let's go back to slide 13, the overview, as we wrap up. Now listen again as we close. These are the 7 habits of highly effective individuals. And what we have done in the last 5 weeks is to unveil to you that we are all born and we are dependent. So we all start out being dependent on our parents, dependent on our siblings, dependent on other people. But as we begin to grow from childhood, from adolescent, and we begin to come into a place where we are moving into young adults, then we need to begin to learn the first 3 habits that will help us to have private victory. And those first 3 habits is, number 1, you have to be proactive. The habit of what? Proactive. You have to make sure that you take initiative. Then you have to begin with the end in mind. Because you are proactive, you think about the future, you think about the outcome. You remember the assignment I gave you 5 weeks ago. How will your death be announced? What will you want people to say about you at your burial ground? So you begin with the end in mind, and then it helps you to now make up your mind to go into that end that you have discovered. You remember we spoke about the imagination. So the imagination helps you to visit the future, and then you come back into the present and then decide to go into that future. And then you put first things first, priority. You put first things first. Why? Because in order for you to get to the destination that you want to get into, you must be willing to pay the price. And you must prioritize things that are important. So we looked at urgent and important. We look at the time management matrix so that you can do what? Put first things first. Once you're able to master this first triangle, you will have private victory and you will no more be dependent. You will become independent. So these first three habits helps you to move from dependence to independence, from zero victory, from failure, from a life of inconsequential living to a life of private victory. But it's not just enough for you to have private victory. Then you move now to the next three. So the next three now is the one that makes you to now have public victory. So we go up there, and then habit number 4. Habit 4, you see the second triangle now? Habit 4, think win-win. Think win-win. So at this point, it's not win or lose. It's win-win. So you are beginning to mature to a level where it's not just about you having private victory. It's about you winning with others. Because if you are the only one that wins and nobody else wins, then things will not be the way it's supposed to be. So you are going to now move into think win-win. Once you are able to get to this level where you are thinking win-win, you are already becoming someone that will have public victory. You are beginning to influence people. Then you move to choose first to understand before you are understood. So you are moving into emotional intelligence. You are moving into a place where you put other people's emotion, life, situation into consideration in whatever you do. So you choose first to understand than to be understood. And then, like we saw today, you now synergize to cooperate, to collaborate. So collaboration is the new competition. Now that gives you the second triangle that gives you what? Public victory and brings you into interdependence. So at that point, you have come to realize that you are not alone and you cannot do everything on your own. Then number 7, we now see sharpen the saw. So if you see there, sharpen the saw. So if you look around, you see that there is a cycle. There is a cycle round, a cycle. Can you see it? It goes round. So sharpen the saw is the habit of continual renewal. Sharpen the saw is the one that puts everything together. So from dependence, you should be sharpening the saw. In private victory, you should be sharpening the saw. In independence, you keep sharpening the saw. In public victory, you keep sharpening the saw. In interdependence, you keep sharpening the saw. Why? Because the day you stop learning, you start dying. So all that you need to do is for you to make sure that all through your life, you embrace these 7 habits. You allow it to become a software and a program that runs your life. And you'll be amazed at how far it will take you. So, welcome to the next chapter of your life.
I hope you were blessed by that teaching. Please like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more releases like this. See you another time.